Hey guys, how's it going? This right here is the all-new ZenBook Ryzen 2021 edition. Although the factor of all-new might be an overstatement. To be honest, this is pretty much the same package as the predecessor, and only two things have changed here. One is the display, and secondly, obviously, the upgrade internally in terms of the chipset. But are those two upgrades enough to make this a worthy purchase? Let's find out. This is one from GTR, and you're watching my in-depth review of the ASUS ZenBook UM425. Let's get started. Now before we begin, just a quick heads up, things here haven't changed a lot if you compare it with the predecessor. So basically what I'm saying, if you haven't seen a video of the previous ZenBook 14 Ryzen edition, the 2021, make sure to go ahead and watch it from a card here or the link down below. There are certain factors that are, like I said, pretty much the same, so I won't be stressing on them in detail in this video. Now then, let's kick things off with the design. It's an all-metal body that's slim, lightweight, and looks really good. It has the ergo-lift hinge that helps in both the typing experience as well as the thermals. Now, one thing that I really want ASUS to change is this backplate. I am sorry, but I don't like it one bit. I've been saying this for the longest time, and it literally takes away from the premiumness of this laptop. In terms of I/O, it's still the same package as the previous generation. You get a full-size HDMI port, two USB Type-C ports, and an LED indicator on the left side. Over to the right side, you get a single USB 3.2 port, a micro SD card slot, and that's pretty much it. Both those USB Type-C ports support USB power delivery, so that's really good. Now, there's no 3.5mm headphone jack here, but ASUS does bundle a 3.5mm dongle. Interestingly, that dongle has a built-in high-res DAC that really uplifts the audio experience. The downside is that you can't use any random Type-C to 3.5mm adapter here. Other than that, the bottom-firing speakers themselves do get pretty loud, so that's also good. The vocals aren't the best, which happens when your audio is bouncing like this, but other than that, the mids and especially the lows are pretty well balanced, and you can easily use this for binging a couple of movies too. Next up, we have the display, which is a big upgrade from the last gen. Okay, so on paper, it might sound similar to the previous gen, which is a 14-inch Full HD panel with 100% sRGB coverage. The reason I say that this is a big upgrade is because the previous generation suffered badly from a very big backlighting issue. Things are pretty positive here. There's no backlight bleed here, everything looks crisp, no issues whatsoever. Unfortunately, the panel just doesn't get too bright, and that was an issue for me, not just for outdoor usage, but also indoors when you're watching a bit of dark content, cause then it becomes too dark, if you know what I mean. Other than that, the panel is pretty nice and definitely a better experience overall as compared to the previous gen. Moving on to the keyboard and touchpad, they're both excellent. The key travel here is great, and the feedback is pretty good too. All the keys are spaced out well, and the layout isn't complex either. They also have these hotkeys here to make things super convenient for its users. The LED backlight isn't the best, but it gets the job done for the most part. I say the most part because the keys on our unit are pink, and the white light isn't that bright enough to fully illuminate things. But yeah, like I said, it does get the job done. The touchpad is wide, has enough room for gestures, and the palm rejection works better than most ASUS laptops out there. There's also this numpad here that ASUS has been offering for a while now. It's a nice touch, but personally, I just prefer the implementation on the Fujitsu laptop that we recently reviewed on our channel, so make sure to check out that video as well. Moving on to the webcam, and to be honest, it's not a bad one. Obviously the face looks very soft here, obviously owing to the fact that it's a 720p camera, but other than that, the frame rate looks good, the lighting is decent. Obviously I'm standing in studio lighting, but other than that also it looks good, and you can judge the audio for yourself. This is using the 3 far-field microphones that the laptop comes with, and I'm noticing a very slight lag here when I'm saying something and the same thing is being viewed on the display, but I've seen that on multiple laptops to know that this is just a real-time processing issue and obviously will be fixed once the final video file has been saved. So yeah, no issues there. Okay, so let's talk about performance here. Now our unit comes with some pretty good specs, and the highlight is definitely that Ryzen 5700U processor. This thing absolutely excels in terms of performance. Benchmarks are a piece of cake, and you can even do some lightweight gaming on this. Titles like Valorant and Rocket League run at 120 FPS easily without breaking a sweat. In terms of upgradability, as you would expect, there's only the SSD that you can change. Everything else is sorted on, and you can't really change anything. The cooling is taken care of by a single fan, and while the setup on paper does not look ideal for a Ryzen laptop, This machine surprisingly stays cool even under decent load. Lastly, there's the battery life, and this laptop comes with a 67 watt battery, same as the last gen. The 5700U processor, however, is the real difference here because it's far more power efficient as the 4700U processor that was on the previous gen. In my testing, I was easily able to squeeze close to 10 hours with this laptop. That includes work productivity, multiple Chrome tabs, streaming music on Spotify, editing images in Photoshop, and some light Valorant gameplay. As for charging, you now get a new 65 watt USB PD charger, which is pretty fast and can be used to charge the laptop as well as everything else that's Type-C. So, what's the verdict here? Well, our unit here retails for about 95,000, and at that price point, it's a good laptop. Obviously, now the market has brands like Xiaomi and Realme trying to disrupt the competition with some great pricing. But you have to understand that those laptops are competing more with the VivoBook lineup. The ZenBook lineup has always been known for its premiumness. The ASUS brand in itself is well versed when it comes to product quality and a great service retail chain as well. So when you factor all of those things together and add to the fact that this thing comes with a Ryzen 7 5700U processor, which is a performance beast, this thing becomes a very easy recommendation. Basically, if you're looking for a premium Ultrabook under rupees 1 lakh, this is a pretty good option. And well, that was it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to let us know by giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more awesome tech content. Till then, this is Vam from GTR, and I'll see you in the next one.